good time zone, everyone, and a happy birthday to all of those around the world. Got some things I want to talk about regarding lore, everyone's favorite thing, certainly mine. Both in a trailer they released and in some books. Some of it ties together, some of it's related to past things. My neurons are rapidly firing as I try and theory craft. So, before we get in, once we launch the game, we'll talk about some other stuff. But before that, let me pull it up. So Tribi is, of course, she is released as of this update. And they released a trailer, which actually they released two trailers. First one was like super lore heavy. The second one was more of like the character trailer. I just watched it before stream. I didn't even see it. I was trying to pull up the other one and I saw this one. I have some questions on Tribi's design choices in terms of why she uses a cannon and a rocket, and why that rocket is leaving Amphorius and crashing into other planets when that's not supposed to be possible. Very strange, inconsistent, or is it? Or is it actually something deep lore? I don't know. Until proven otherwise, it feels like it's just inconsistent to Amphorius, but whatever. The other trailer, the first Dawn of Destiny, bam, first of all, shows off Tribios, what she looked like before she became a demigod and was split apart. Didn't expect that. Very cool. The trailer confirms that Tribios was the first demigod. She was the first person to take a Titan's core flame. And because, well, she realized that the Titans weren't doing anything to save the world, the Fate Titans weren't answering any prophecies and prayers, and so she's like, well, I'll just do it myself. Good time doing Luigi. And so she's the one, I guess she's the one who technically came up with the prophecy to like feed all the Titans, take their core flames, and save the world. Except we'll talk about something related to that a little later. But in terms of this trailer, she's the one who like set that all in motion. And she did split into 1,000 versions of herself, but now only 3 are still alive. Don't know what happened to all the other ones. It's kind of grim. But the rest of this trailer is neat because it shows off, I didn't expect this. It shows off all the other Christos heirs. Well, 10 of them out of 12. I counted a couple times, so unless I'm missing someone, it only shows 10, and that includes the ones we already know, including Tribi herself. So we're missing 2. I don't know why. But it shows off everyone else. Castoris, of course. This person is apparently going to be the Crisis heir of Oryx. We got Aglaya, we got a girl with a violin, and then we've got a animal girl with a money bag, whom I assume is Cypher, the Crisis heir of Zagreus. She's got Zagreus vibes. Also, why does she have animal ears? No one else on this planet has that. Her and Castoris, I just don't like why. Why is Castoris an elf? I don't know. I would say maybe it's because the core flame changes you. I mean, Tribios became 1,000 people. So like when she took the core flame, so maybe this core flame gave Cypher animal ears. But Castoris doesn't have a core flame yet and still has elf ears. Don't know what's up with that. I do not know who Violin Girl is. Assuming that's a violin. Could be a cello. I don't know. Then we've got these two people. The guy on the right in the back is Anaxa. They've been talked about already. They are the Crisis heir of Circes. The girl on the left, though, I don't know. However, I do know she looks awfully a lot like Barbara from Genshin Impact. In the little bit of time I played Genshin Impact years ago, I know enough about that game to know this girl looks like Barbara. So I guess she is a new multiversal character. Does that have anything to do with anything? I don't know. I don't know. So far, only really Acheron as a multiversal character has acknowledged a little bit of their multiversalness. So maybe it means nothing. Maybe it'll do nothing. I don't know. I do know, however, that coincidentally, or maybe not, in the other Trivi trailer, people were saying some of the shots in the trailer looked like some stuff in Genshin Impact, which is very interesting. Don't know what that means for Amphorius or for Tribi, although she is the Crisis heir of Yanis, so she has the gate abilities, which maybe the rocket is supposed to represent the gates, and that she could technically use the gates to traverse worlds. I don't know. Then we have Phynon and Mighty. But we're missing... Yeah, we're missing two Crisis heirs in the trailer. I don't know. But that was cool to see them. Now I'll load up the game, because relatedly to Tribios being the one to set kind of the prophecy in motion with the Crisis heirs, I don't know if she was the one to set it in motion exactly, because there's a book that talks about some very interesting stuff. Two books, as a matter of fact. Quabam. The one related to Tribi in some way is Destiny Weaver Missives, which talks about some sort of like secret ancient organization. I don't know when it takes place. It seems like it's old. Called the Destiny Weavers, who were noticing, and they seem to be like watchers over the world, they were noticing some stuff was going wrong with the world. And they mention prophecies about the golden-blooded children, which is the Chrysos heirs. Story recap. Did we do a story recap? Sure. A mysterious celestial body entangled by 3 paths, and we'll talk about those 3 paths, appears in the Memo Keeper's mirror, Amphorius, the eternal land, the next stop for the Trailblaze. But the landing is not as a smooth one. After crashing, the Trailblaze squad of 2 meets the local Chrysos heir heroes. They learn from them that the Titans supporting the world are rotting away and that the land of Amphorius is covered in scars. In Akama, the final holy city, the 2 members of the squad undergo great trials and gain the trust of Aglaya, arguable, leader of the Chrysos heirs. Facing a threat from beyond the fog, everyone decides to band together to defeat Nikodor. In order to destroy Nikodor's true form, the group plans to infiltrate Castrum Krymnos of the past to discover the truth, and at the end of the Abyss of Fate, the Trailblazer communes with the Time Titan Ornyx and somehow receives the gaze of Fuli, the Eon of Remembrance. With the help of their new friend Mim, everyone pieces together Nikodor's divinity and obtains the Titan's core flame in the final battle. At last, the young hero Phynon faces his own trial in the holy vortex of Genesis. Wait. So. Oh my gosh, they went from 47 to 73 books? Alright, anyway. So Destiny Weaver's missive has this group called the Destiny Weavers who are noticing stuff is wrong with the world. Specifically, like, they are keeping records, and those records they're noticing those records are changed and have different names, which sounds an awfully lot like history fictionologists and the Enigmata messing with history and everything. So maybe one of the 3 paths on Amphorius is the Enigmata. Somehow that ties into the Black Tide and these Destiny Weavers preparing the prophecy to find the golden children for the Chrysos heirs. I feel like this must be before Tribios does the same thing. I don't know. But they also talk about, they redact some information. Redacted shall make their appearance in the world. Something is coming. And this, I wonder if it has to do with another book, Antidotes of the Numerophile, which is a very interesting thing about the seaside states, which are city-states across the ocean that did not worship the Titans. They acknowledge the Titans existed, but they believe the Titans and everything are just manifestations of numbers. Almost like if the world was a simulation made of numbers. Some of them did, however, believe in a 13th Titan who was the originator of everything. And I wonder if that maybe is tied in with the thing that's coming in the Destiny Weaver's missives. I don't know. But we got some I feel like the numerophile thing is a lot of hints that there are literally people in the world who also are like acknowledging it's a simulation in some way. Where's my sound there? So, Tribios here. Tribios released, and I wasn't going to pay attention to her honestly until I learned that apparently she's actually really good for a Herda team. Because of course, after I spend time upgrading characters for a Herda team, someone new's released who's better for that team. Build guy. So I might pull for her actually instead. And of course she's quantum, because for some reason every character I pull for is always quantum. I can't escape it. I'm not gonna pull for her immediately if I do it. But I guess maybe I should pull for her. Let's try her out. Activating the zone, all attacks against the enemies deal additional damage. The more enemies this attack strikes, the greater the additional damage this character deals. Also launches some follow-ups. She has specifically she's got a new debuff that's res penetration for all types of damage, which is pretty cool. And then she has a zone on her ultimate where people take damage. She has a follow-up attack. She can deal true damage. As well. And she, her attack scales off of HP, much like Fu Shui. What's her technique? When entering battle, gains numinosity, which is the penetration. Okay. She throws rockets. Again, I'm not really sure what's up with the rocket thing. Feels counter to the lore that they've established. But whatever. See, even the trial team has Herda on it.
Is it coming? The door to a whole new world. Oh, poor you. Maybe you can keep it down? Curiosity is a dangerous thing.
Pancretian? What did I say? Oh, achievement.
Is nothing but a boy. Time to twirl. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? It's all yours. Looking at? What's wrong? Never. You've just got to expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown for a moment and let it captivate you.
You've arrived, huh? Step up, let's see it.
They also just casually nuke that planet, which is kind of crazy. Should be a replacement for Pela on the team.
You must be honored to meet me. Maybe you can keep it down. Do you know
It's not a huge waste having to upgrade those characters because I can use them in like the multi-team challenges. I tried to do a challenge, some challenges with my Herda team just to see what it was like, and it didn't go well at all. Apparently they're not upgraded enough, so I did some more upgrading on Herda, getting better relics. Still have to do the others.
The door to a whole new world. Raise barriers of the unknown and watch them crumble.
That's all you've got. Nice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourself.
Nifty. Yeah, I had upgraded. Break at least 4 enemies' war armor in a single attack. Oh, okay. I'd done a challenge, and even though they're level 80 and they have relics and they have all their traces and everything, and max light comes, they did terrible against a level 78, I think it was, enemy. It's kind of embarrassing. So I upgraded some of Herda's relics a little more. Specifically getting better ones. Still working on that. I still have to then do Serval, I guess, although her stuff is kind of high already. I don't know. They were taking a lot of hits. And dying very quickly. Winterland Songstress. What is that text message for? I guess we'll read it. Wow, you actually did send. The IPC's technology is so advanced, messages can even be sent through half the cosmos. Have we met? How'd you get this number? It's me, Tamila. Me, Tamila. I'm an artist now. Alright, my bad. I didn't tell you I changed numbers. The IPC is quite strict with their information. As for the name, don't worry about it. My manager chose it for me. Something about will catch more attention. I didn't think being an IPC artist means to be bound by so many rules. Tamila. Oh, Tamila's the Yarillo girl. Okay. I was like, we talked to a lot of people about becoming artists, so... You're famous, Tamila. They care so much about you. Looks like you're going to be famous. Stop making fun of me. Right now, I'm a newbie singer at most. It's after coming to the outside world that I realized the world is much bigger than I thought now. I still have ways to go before reaching my ideal self. Fortunately, I've made some progress. I'll continue to share good news with you. Please look forward to my performances as well. Okay, random. We didn't even get anything for that. Could have wired me some Stellar Jade or something. Yeah, it is. There's one thing I want to do before I begin because I forgot to do it, and I learned that what it actually gives me.
It's still early.
But I had given some, like, 10 memory fragments to Yanis's steed. And they said, come back tomorrow, or whatever. I never did, and then I learned what happens when I come back tomorrow, and so... I definitely want it. Any other products? Divine Fools can travel the world and bring you whatever you need, but I need enough time. Don't be impatient. How much time do you need? It's been weeks. Actually, no, this is... I have to buy this. Mystery Gift L. I don't have enough fragments. Oh well, never mind. Let's go see what's going on with Finon. History fictionologist.
It's still early. Where to now?
With all due respect, this trial is taking far too long.
Don't worry, have faith. Yeah, he's been gone for a while now. But it feels like we've already waited for 42 days. Has it really been that long?
What do you think of this, Trinan?
It's not possible to tell for sure what goes on within the vortex. All I can hear are fragments of speech and distant battle cries.
Is it Finon's voice?
I'm not sure. It's difficult to make out clearly. Wait, no! Lady Trinan.
He's dead.
Snowy's voice. I can't hear him anymore. There's a sun-like existence in the trial. It's burning him up.
It has come to this, after all.
What now?
Get ready, my Demos.
What's going on?
Plan B. We pull him out when something goes wrong.
We can just do that?
As I promised you, Aglaya, I will intervene in the trial this time to bring your deliverer out to safety. But that's as far as I will go.
Of course. I know this is not the time to demand any more from you.
Discerning. All right then. To be as prepared as I can, I hope that the two Outlander warriors can also join me.
Of course.
That might not be a good idea. The core flame trial is many times more complicated than a standard ritual. Even the slightest misjudgment, misstep, or hiccup could result in grave consequences. Our two distinguished guests are not obliged to risk their lives for the flame chase journey. Let me join you instead, Lord Mighty.
Exactly. No way I'm getting involved. Can't we all go together, though?
No. Someone should stay outside in case we need help.
Wasn't that what Aglaya would be doing? Ah, Dan Hong's still mute. Things have taken a critical turn, especially so with Finon's life on the line. Of course, we Nameless will do what is necessary. How should we help?
Join me in the trial to look for Finon. And when we do, Glaya's golden thread will guide us back out. Assuming we survive Nikador's wrath. If something bad were to happen, Casterus, your priority is to ensure the safety of these two. I can find a way out on my own.
Yes, Lord Mighty.
Thank you both for your valor. Time to get to work then. Let me have the honor of taking the lead in this battle.
Let's also make our way to the front of the Spirit Basin when you're ready.
We can't get rid of all the noise. Please, stay safe.
May that warrior be safe from harm. When you are ready, I will preside over the ritual on Trinon's behalf.
All right. Team level 8. Oh, quick lineup with Mighty on the team. Well, what does Mighty do? I don't even know what you do. What kind of team should I bring? Oh boy. I want to bring, I guess, the Herda team if I can. With a random Mighty, I guess.
Our reinforcements from beyond the sky. Warriors of high esteem. Please close your eyes and hold your breath.
We gotta do that a lot around you.
They once kept the fate of this world, and many other challenges safe from the devastating rage of strife. They now seek to venture deep into the trial of divinity and prove their will to destroy our enemies, as foretold by the prophecy.
Now, I'm not some prophetic priest or something, but if Finon can't beat the trial, doesn't that prove that maybe he wasn't the right one for the prophecy? If we help him, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose?
When the hammer of strife strikes the anvil of the warrior, the heat and impact will leave behind scars, and between them, a demigod shall rise.
Neus. They just want to force it on him? Yeah. I mean, I guess they're desperate, because the world is ending.
Very well. Come forth then. Souls foreign to this realm, and warriors in the making. Follow me into the mist and flames, and come face to face with the greatest fear in the depths of a warrior's heart. And with thy strength, banish the darkness and usher in sunlight. Let all lost souls find courage on a long journey back home.
What?
What's the matter? Surprised?
A little bit, yeah.
Where there's strife, there's carnage. It shouldn't come as a surprise to see such a sight in Nikador's trial.
Where's Don Hung?
I don't see him around here. We should go first. Let's pray he stays safe. Huh. The greatest fear in the depths of a warrior's heart, huh? So, this is what he fears the most.
Mighty, what do you do? I can't view... Okay. How am I supposed to play him?
There's no place for you in Enforius.
Rude. Huh. He attacks by summoning crystals with his fist. Interesting. Yeah, I guess he doesn't really have a weapon on him that I've seen.
A disaster for Akama.
So much for the king of those outlanders.
A disaster for Akama.
So much for the king of those...
You won't get away, Kremnoan vermin!
Be on alert. The smell of rust is thick in the air.
Is this what Binon fears? It feels like it's something that Mighty would fear. Because Phinon's not a Cremoan.
Tell me your name, brute. Your demise shall be a tale I boast about at the feast table.
My name is Perdiccas, and I am here to avenge my people.
Perdiccas, that's a fun name.
Kremnoans and Akamans are at war?
Perdiccas? Even the tragic cries of beasts at the slaughterhouse sound better than your name.
Whoa.
Say whatever you like, despicable Akaman. Better to die in battle than return even in glory. May the Kremnoan spirit always watch over me.
Foolish brute. I see you're eager to die. Very well then. I shall grant you just that.
Watch and wait or intervene. I mean... Intervene? I don't know.
You are... Oh. So the Alpha Brute has found his way here.
The Alpha Brute.
It's a pity, though. You're too late. You will never stop the Holy City's army. Watch as I make this pathetic warrior of yours the first sacrifice.
Rip Perdiccas.
Minimos, my king, avenge me.
Is this?
You're next.
Sound of a body contorting and snapping.
Face your death, cowardly king.
This insatiable bloodlust is a product of Nikador's wrath.
Wow, that's a lot of special characters you got there.
The audience is waiting.
Can I look at what he does on this screen? Skill. Consumes HP. Okay, he's one of those. And deals damage to one enemy unit and adjacent units. It can be upgraded, I guess. Consumes HP. Deals damage. The current HP is not sufficient. Using skill reduces to 1. Consumes 150 points of charge, dealing damage. This skill will automatically be used while the ability is in charge. Charge cannot be accumulated. Okay, so he's got charge mechanic and HP mechanic. Ultimate restores HP and accumulates charge. Deals damage to one enemy and adjacent enemies. Then taunts the targets and their adjacent targets. Oh snap, we got a taunt character. It's been a while. When losing HP, accumulates charge. When charge is at 100, enters the Vendetta state. Restores HP and advances action. During Vendetta, max HP increases and defense remains at 0. Okay. At the start of this unit's turn, automatically uses King Slayer be King. When charge reaches 150, Vendetta Mighty immediately gains 1 extra turn and automatically uses God Slayer be God. When Mighty receives a killing blow, he exits the Vendetta state. Technique pulls enemies in a certain area and inflicts daze on them. After attacking dazed enemies and entering battle, deals damage to all enemies and taunts them.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it or rock with it. My music conquers all. Turn it up.
It's all your might.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Burn it up. That's all you got?
Yeah, he really attacks with his fists and crystals, huh?
Keep up.
So feeble. In the mood for... Forever do
Absurd. I know this, Akumen. Strife contorted an honorable warrior into this perverse and twisted being. And that horrible noise. I can hardly suppress my bloodlust when it sounds. This battle cry must have gone to Finon. That's why he lost himself. What a useless fool.
Who is he?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Cartonis.
His voice. Is Cartonis? Not you too, Cartonis.
Try to communicate. A sharp bronze spear had torn through her tendons in her arm, leaving it hanging lifelessly like a shattered wine jug abandoned by the roadside. As the soul ebbed away, darkness veiled her eyes. Well, okay then.
Please accept my offering, Nikador!
This person is consumed by a frenzy of slaughter, oblivious to your presence. Gosh.
Mighty Mos you are. Destroyed all the wicked king. Here to take my life finally.
I won't ask how this happened, nor will I hurt you like you said. I just need you to tell me where Finon is.
All of this you know very well. Leave our city, cursed son of Gorgo!
I have no intention of hurting you, Cartonis.
Humiliate me you shall not! Leave! Get out of Okima! Get out! Symbol of your sovereignty, take it! Signet of Kremnos, bask in blood-soaked glory, your kind alone!
This is... Mother Signet? It's here again. I knew it.
Ha! Finally gone mad, despicable vermin have. With your mad king face together in that maelstrom of battle!
Enough! Be quiet! You were not at all Cartonus! Look out!
A long, narrow shadow pierces through the phantom of Cartonus.
Nice move.
Hey. You too. Are you the real Don Hung? I could ask you the same. What was the last thing you said to me before I parted the waters at the Scale Gorge waterscape? Oh my gosh.
Parted the waters.
You expect me? How would I even remember that? That sounds like something the real you would say. It wasn't easy, but I finally found you two.
So, you are Don Hung. What did you go through before meeting us?
Just some memories from my past. Nothing worth mentioning.
You mean you saw your past too? The trial of strife is a vicious one, all right.
What are you thinking?
This might not be a single person's trial, but an arena for every challenger to engage their own delusions in a bloody battle. I saw someone from my past a while ago. Someone Phainon has never met.
That doesn't exactly sound like a bad thing. At least it means we'll be able to find Phainon here.
We can only hope this battlefield is nowhere as extensive as I imagine it to be. Let's first follow the sounds of battle to their source. The battle cries seem to be getting a lot louder.
Someone is manipulating the battlefield. Someone who might not be Phainon.
I agree.
Who are you fighting, dude? There's no one there.
Find your friends in hell! Cursed brutes.
Just as I thought. This is where the battle cries were coming from. The true entrance to Nikador's trial.
What's wrong with you two? It's Naeus, the incarnation of Nikador.
I've seen him for the first time, but there's no doubt about it. What I'm sensing can only be Strife's bloodlust. The one manipulating this battlefield is Nikador themselves.
Mightimus, you are a keen warrior indeed.
You know me?
The blasphemous prince. Of course I know you. And I happen to know that you're here for the soul of that white-haired warrior.
Great. Let's cut to the chase then. Hand over that poor excuse for a swordmaster, so we can be done with this farce.
No. I applaud your courage and strength for coming this far, but you have chosen to besmirch the dignity of one who has fallen. and I cannot turn a blind eye to that.
Won't you go easy on us? We traveled together before. One who has fallen. Phynon failed the trial.
He faced the greatest fear in the depths of his heart, and fought with exceptional valor, though he eventually succumbed to the brutal onslaughts. I have since brought him to the rear battleground, and granted him glory worthy of his courage, tenacity, and sacrifice. You wish to take him away? Sure. Pick up a spear and prove that your resolve can rival his. Of course, cowards who hope to avoid bloodshed are better off disappearing from my sight this instant.
Your opinions are of no interest to me, Mad King. If it's a fight you're looking for, then you will get one, Titan. I will put you to rest once more with my curse of immortality.
Commendable. Your noble mother displayed the same spirit with a spear in her hands.
Don't you dare speak of her.
Why not? She challenged the former Kremnos king to a duel, even knowing that it was a deadly trap, all to protect your dignity. Are you suggesting her efforts were for naught?
Her death was caused by you, the incarnation of strife. How dare you talk about her past? Enough of this nonsense. You should be wielding your weapon as the god of strife. Battle me and put a swift end to this!
Your hatred is as clear as day, my Demos. My words must have stung deeply. But thanks to them, I have also come to realize. This is why you killed your father for the throne. Only to let your signet sink to the bottom of the Sea of Souls, refusing to let the glory of Kremnos live on. This is why you slew the Strife Titan, only to reject the core flame, letting strife continue instead. Oh, child abandoned by fate, show me what you are capable of. Show me if you have the power to put out the flames of your very own destiny.
I will rip your chest apart, Titan. The same way I ripped apart that former king.
I see you wish to repeat this. Come at me then. Ignite the flames of your fears and step onto the battlefield. Take this fierce battle to the boundaries of strife and consume me, or lose yourself in the fight and watch your defeated corpse burn to ash. Remember this. The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood. Very much. Moment of ascension. You, the successor of Kremnos. White warrior knew he was no match, yet he chose to fight till his very last breath. What about you, my Demos? Can your murderous intent match up to what fate has in store for you? Prove to me that you are worthy of this power!
Yeah, so Nikador wants
Mournful cries. Miserable wails.
Mighty Most to take the core flame, not Finon.
Kings of Kremnos. This is the power you desired.
Does go back to the whole
Ready
thing
to lose yourself? You can
I did before that. It is interesting that
rock with it.
Finon was interested in being the Crisis Heir for Nikador. Because, like, if he did take it, like, what was Mighty's plan? Just to take some random core flame?
Keep up.
I don't know.
Ready to lose yourself? You can
Now if
fight
Mighty
it.
does become
Rock with it.
the heir of Nikador. Well, Finon. Well, again, Finon has Kefali's star thing all over him, so I feel like maybe he is going to be Kefali instead.
Don't let our fervor die.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a boy.
Forever do it.
In the name of fairness, I grant you the blood of strife.
Face me. This raging power. I can hardly contain it. Hear my roar. I am strife. Forever doomed.
I don't have time for games. Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown.
Pretty good crowd today. Turn it up.
Burn it all.
Yeah, so he just auto attacks now. Okay.
Nice like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a boy. Open sesame. What a crone.
Step up, let's see ya.
This song's for you. Keep up.
Forever doomed.
In fear you shall abandon your mortal body, King of Kremnos.
Ready to lose yourself? Fight it. Or rock with it.
How noisy.
Turn it up.
Forever doomed. Fury upon you.
Expand your thinking.
Ow.
This song's for you. Keep up.
Burn it all.
Yeah, Serval needs
In the mood for another beating?
Serval needs some more HP or defense or something.
Curiosity. Endless riddle. Nothing but a boy. I don't have time
Nice
for
like
games.
a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
Oh my gosh, dude.
Found you.
That's pretty rude, Finon. Sometime later. I guess we grabbed him and peaced out.
I did my best.
Did we take the core flame? That's a weird, that's a weird jump we just had. Like, what? Okay. The core flame trial is indeed no place for the weak. Let's just hope that Finon gets through this.
There's no need to worry. His soul is in a stable condition. ample rest for both body and mind, he'll be up and about in no time.
The greatest fear in the depths of his heart. Lord Finon must have been forced to relive his past during the trial, and revisit his homeland that had fallen to the Black Tide.
In all likelihood.
Is the Black Tide really? Yeah, like let's talk about the Black Tide. Since coming to Amphorius, we have heard many talk about this Black Tide. Could you tell us more about it?
It is one of the culprits that drives the people of Amphorius to madness. It was during the Era Bellica that this unspeakable thing first appeared, like a plague, alongside the 3 Titans of Calamity. Nobody knows where it came from or how it came to be. What we do know, however, is that it is steadily encroaching upon what little remains of this tranquil land, much like a rising sea closing in on an island from all sides. It is for this very reason that it became known as the Black Tide. Those who succumb to it lose their reason and humanity, becoming vicious, mindless monsters. Mortals are not the only ones susceptible to its influence. Even gods and titans cannot escape from it.
According to Naius, Nikador, though one of the embodiments of Calamity, also bears the responsibility of fending off the Black Tide.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps that is also why Lord Finon threw himself into the trial of strife so readily.
But now, we must look for alternative means of igniting the flames of strife.
So, Aglaya, what should we do now?
You know very well the decision doesn't lie with me. As the successor to Kremnos, Mighty, you know better than anyone that if it was simply about emerging triumphant on the battlefield of strife, you and your people could manage it with ease.
Hold on, anyone else see that weird pixel thing that just appeared behind Aglaya? What was that? Is it gonna happen again? No? Question mark?
But ultimately, the heavy burden of divinity can only be borne by one. It is foolhardiness and indecision, not the unclaimed seed of divinity, that pushes this world into the deathly fog.
Seeing O Goddess and his rage. In a single battle, have ally character Mighty cast King Slayer be King or God Slayer be God 5 times in one instance of Vendetta. In a battle against the Fiore Praetor, deal the finishing blow as you destroy its war armor. That was a really weird jump cut there. It reminds me that they had Hoyoverse had a big post about storytelling reception in the first update of Amphorius, and how I guess a lot of people were complaining that it was too long.
Have you heard? Seems like all the rooms are full.
And so they're like, well, in the future we'll cut down on the story. I'm like, was that them cutting down right there? They just jump cut? Is it?
Have you heard? Seems like all the rooms are full.
Oh, there's another book there now. Oh my goodness. An unspeakable thing, an unknown origin. What comes to your mind when we put these keywords together? Honestly, neither of those things came to mind, but maybe a Stellaron? That's right. If you think about the various characteristics of Amphoreus, an isolated world of eternal night being eroded by an unknown power, we cannot discount this possibility. This has been bothering me for a while now. Everything we have seen thus far suggests that Amphoreus wasn't always isolated from the rest of the universe. Be it the birth of the Titans or the encroaching Black Tide, none of these can be explained as a natural progression of civilization. Yeah, see, you're thinking about the... Actually, I should have done Eon, because that is actually what I was thinking about. I wasn't thinking about it in that moment, but he's like, oh, maybe a Stellaron made the Black Tide. I'm thinking, what if the Black Tide is something to do with the Enigmata erasing Amphoreus from the rest of the universe? Right? The reason why no one knows Amphoreus exists is because maybe the Enigmata erased all records of it. There must be other reasons for its current state of isolation. It's just, if the cancer of all worlds is truly the culprit, then we should have observed certain phenomena, explicit or otherwise, by now, but that isn't the case. I should have clicked Eon. Oh well. I wonder what it would have changed. The voice of the Stellaron? That's what I was thinking too. From past experiences, the Stellaron within you should be able to resonate with other Stellarons, but we haven't encountered anything like that here. There are several other unanswered questions too. My gut feeling is that things are not as simple as they seem. Furthermore, what happened in Pinacone also proved that the appearance of a world may not necessarily be due to the influence of just one path. It could be an all-star cast. Trailblazing can tackle even 10 paths. Maybe it's all Akavili behind it. All-star cast, I guess. In other sense, it's Pinacone all over again. For now, let's just take things as they come. The Black Tide could be a good starting point. Since Nikador has fallen, those who were suppressed by them will no doubt begin to counterattack now. It seems our trailblazing expedition is growing in significance. Switching to might, well, I guess I'm not getting that book. At the same time, on the other side of Marmorial Palace.
Don't worry, Dee. This isn't the first time he's been like this. A long time ago.
I'm not worrying about him.
Oh, all right. You're a little quiet, though.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me. What I meant was, I know that man can pull...
It's all right. Being straightforward suits you better.
I know that man can pull through for sure. What he said.
Actually, there's something we're curious about. What did you see in Nikador's trial?
Something that terrifies me. Isn't that ironic? There shouldn't even be a word for fear in the Kremnoan language.
Do you think you stand a chance against that thing that terrifies you?
Is this also part of your grand scheme?
What do you mean?
Aglaya knew that Phynon might fall. And she expected me to take his place. That was the plan all along, wasn't it?
Yes. Looks like you know everything.
Yes, not.
I have no intention of condemning you for it. The Flame Chase journey is not a game, and I have long understood this. The downfall of strife, and the ever-growing threat that the Black Tide poses. If Circes and Ornyx are also impacted, ramifications will be dire.
They are the only two Titans who are still lucid and willing to coexist with humanity.
I don't know if I don't know if Ornyx was willing to coexist with humanity based on what they were talking about.
Regrettably, I do not hold the key to completing the trial. If I wish to conquer that fear, I need the assistance of my fellow Kremnoans. Give me some time to speak with my people. It won't take long, I promise.
Ah, I see. There is strength in numbers, but you must know that the trial to become a demigod is ultimately meant for only one individual. Your people. They have been eagerly awaiting a new king all this time, haven't they? If you take on the divine role, they will have no reservations about following your lead. After all, you are the hero of Castrum Kremnos.
I once was. But Lady Tribios, therein lies my deepest fear. We'll talk again later. I'll be back.
Dee? Regardless of what happens, we will always be there for you.
Thank you. The person I'm looking for is probably in the hot bath. I should go take a look. The billowing steam always brings back memories of the furnaces in our homeland.
Regardless of what happens.
Thank you.
I'm not surprised that Glaya was scheming. And it's like, yeah, this Phynon guy, I mean, if he takes the core flame, cool, but if he doesn't, and chances are he won't, we gotta make sure Mighty takes it.
Children left unattended by their parents? That's not safe.
Bold of you to assume that. Their parents are probably right here.
You shouldn't run around in here, kids.
Hey, it's the Crown Prince! Are you also here for a bath?
I want to hear stories about princes on the battlefield.
The Crown Prince. Are you Kremnoans?
Yeah, we are! The grown-ups said we used to live next to the arena. Well, next to the parts next to it anyway. My dad is a centurion with the Hydra Lancers, and my mom is the bravest warrior in the God Shield Brigade. We used to get tons of silver coins from Mr. Crateros.
My parents are serving in the Holy City garrison now. As warriors of Kremnos, they're braver than any Achaemen.
Why are you kids here alone? Where are the grown-ups?
Mom and Dad were asleep, so we snuck out to play hide and seek with Mr. Crateros.
That old man can be such a child sometimes. You know where Crateros is? I happen to be looking for him.
Sorry, I don't. Come to think of it, we haven't seen him in a while. Did he get lost while trying to find us?
Crateros is a member of the Royal Wing Elites. He's the best at hunting down enemies. He was counting near Verax Leo when we went to hide. I thought about taking a peek, but who knows if it might be a trap he set.
It was prudent of you to be cautious. So, which Verax Leo was he with?
It's, just take a few turns after you go out from here. It's close to the backs.
Alright, I'll go look for it. You should consider the game over and head home for now. And don't play around the hot baths again.
Wait, Your Highness!
Is there something else?
I heard you retrieved Nicodor's core flame. Does that mean we get to go back home soon?
Have you ever been to Castrum Kremnos? You were all born in the Holy City, and are living lives no different from the Achaemenids. Everything you know about our people comes only from the tales of others.
Actually, Mighty, that one kid said he lived next to the arena, but whatever.
You have never even witnessed the blade in the sky with your own eyes. How, then, is a city you've never seen your home?
Because this place is definitely not home. Mom and Dad told me that the children of Kremnos are born to wield swords and fight on the battlefield.
They also said that the Kremnoan detachment led by the Crown Prince is the bravest army across all of Amphorius. No one can defeat them.
The kids in the Holy City don't play with us. The moment they find out that our parents are Kremnoans, they shun us. We don't care. We all know that the Crown Prince will take us home one day.
That time has not yet arrived. But, young men of Kremnos, heed my command. Return to your parents at once. From here on, you are to dedicate yourselves to rigorous training and a healthy diet. You must not neglect these two aspects if you are to become a brave warrior of Kremnos. Only by following this path can you be deemed worthy of returning home.
Yes, Your Highness!
The future of Kremnos. I should find Crateros.
Alright then. Is it Crateros? I was always saying Crateros. I'm probably gonna keep saying that.
There he is. Is he engaged in a debate with that foolish lion?
Rat! Oh, it's the Crown Prince of Castrum Kremnos.
Get a grip. We're here by order of the Council of Elders. Even the Chrysos heirs have to think twice before doing anything to us.
Out of my way, lackeys of the Council.
The Civil Guard of Akama is on official duty. Please keep out of this area.
Calm down, my lord. Play nice.
Don't make me repeat myself.
I'll allow you to pass this time, but just this once.
So, you think yourself knowledgeable? Then here is a question for you. Do you know how Chrysius Leo in Castrum Kremnos came to be mounted on the wall? I don't know, my lord. How did it come to be? Let me enlighten you. A long time ago, the founder of Castrum Kremnos led a group of warriors to hunt down a lion on the outskirts of the city of Tribios. That vicious
I read the
beast
book.
had been a menace for years, and the bones in its den were stacked even higher than the peaks around Akama. But do you know what happened? Nary a moment had passed after the beast's head peeked out of its den, when the Kremnoan warriors surged forward and brought it down within the blink of an eye. shattering its knees with a single strike. And then... why are you red-faced already? We haven't even gotten to the best part yet.
It's your storytelling, my lord. You're weaving such a captivating tale that it got my blood pumping. Please, go on. Well, if it isn't Lord Mighty. It's been a while.
Oh, what in Akama is happening? To what do I owe the pleasure, son of Gorgo?
Kratos. My esteemed teacher.
Let's talk somewhere else, Mighty Mos. I'm tired of speaking with this silly lion.
What about the Council's informants?
Those two hyenas are nothing but scavengers of rotten meat. They couldn't bite even if they tried. They can follow us if they want to. Let's go.
Wait, so how in the world did Chryseus Leo get mounted on the wall?
Keep up with us, you hyena. Oh, sorry. I meant officers.
He's sprinting.
Man, how dare you? Calm down. Calm down.
You guys are following us too. Base anchor. As always. Unless this is a different map. Probably a different map. A fake one.
Don't fall behind now. Unless you want to upset our friends here.
Don't you dare try any tricks with us.
I found out why these doors take so long to open. Because they're actually loading screens. Seems like things are destined to be protected to where they lie, just like the Eternal City holds onto the last light forever. Now, it's clever to, I guess, use the door as a loading screen, but also makes it annoying because it just, like, why isn't the door opening?
Why have you stopped?
This is a nice spot for a private chat.
Shall we, sir?
Let's do it.
What are you up to?
God, they're gonna kill them.
Someone help me!
Some privacy at last. So, tell me, why have you come to seek this old man's counsel?
I came to discuss the future of the Kremnoans.
Interesting. I heard the core flame of the Lance of Fury has been restored, though not by your hand. And you're even considering giving up Nikador's divine power. Is this true?
Those rumors are not entirely groundless.
In other words, you did entertain the thought of giving up the throne of Kremnos, and for
the divine power...
Of giving up the throne of Kremnos and forsaking your people.
War is not equivalent to the throne. The path of strife is also not our people's only way.
Enough with the word games. You, of all people, should understand the plight of the Kremnoans. Think about all the warriors of the Kremnoan detachment who left their homeland with you. Think about their children. Only the yearning for our former glory days has kept us going all this time. If they ever learn that the Crown Prince they look up to so much is actually toying with the notion of stepping down, think of the disgrace it would bring upon your departed mother, Mighty Mos. You best remember that she died for you because of Europon's schemes to restore the glory of Kremnos.
Since you've brought that up, tell me, Who is responsible for my father's death?
Are you trying to shame me, Mighty Mos? I may be old, but I haven't become so decrepit that I've forgotten it all. Of course I remember that Europon died when the Kremnoan detachment surrounded him. You drove the spear into his chest with your very own hands.
That was merely the final outcome. Do you still not see it? What led my parents and our people to their downfall is none other than the strife we speak of. The quest for glory. The tenet of valorous death before glorious return. This is the creed of every Kremnoan, no matter whether these beliefs are justified or not.
Don't be ridiculous. The only thing that could slay a king is a spear. Even an infant knows that much. I swore to your mother that I would guard your crown with my life. I never foresaw that the son of Gorgo himself would be the first to turn his back on the Kremnoan spirit. Gorgo. Your mother bore that name. The name of the great founder of Castrum Kremnos. And she upheld that name with honor. If you choose to turn your back on her legacy, like a wretched deserter, do not fault me for withholding my loyalty, Mighty Mos.
Can we talk about timelines? Because I don't really understand what's happening. Like, we've been to ancient Krymnos, and there's an ancient Krymnos language. But Gorgo, Mighty's mother, is the founder of Krymnos. So unless she was alive for a very long time, Krymnos is actually super recent. And there would be no way that there's an ancient Krymnos language. That just doesn't make sense. Krymnos would be only a little older than Mighty. Realistically. Unless Gorgo somehow lived for like thousands of years or something. So either there's an inconsistency in the storytelling on the part of the developers, or there's an inconsistency in the storytelling on the part of like the actual story, and that's the point. And if that's the case, that has very interesting implications. But yeah, the timeline just doesn't make sense for Castrum Krymnos.
I came to discuss the future of our people with you. But it appears this is not the right time yet.
Go, Mighty. Ha! That's what those Chrysos heirs call you, isn't it? Go down the path you have deemed correct. Deep down, you have always been one to do as you please. And I am well aware that no one could deter you once you've made up your mind. But don't you ever dream of renouncing the traditions of Kremnos. We may reside in Akama now, but we remain eternally bound to strife by blood.
Bloodlines no longer hold any significance in this era of destruction.
My young lord, always bear this in mind. Never reveal your vulnerabilities to anyone.
A lion should never dwell amidst its prey. Especially when it wields power enough to dominate the entire hunting ground.
European, the boy did nothing wrong!
What's that?
This is murder! Do not sully the noble name of Kremnos with the blood of an innocent child. You mustn't reveal your weaknesses to the enemy.
Enough! My decision is final. We must use this child's life to preserve the soul of the great Nikador.
Also, if, like, Gorgo founded Castrum Krymnos, why wasn't she in charge? How did Eurypon, just because he was the man, that he was put in charge somehow? Like, very strange.
We must save Castrum Krymnos.
Don't be absurd! Those tiny hands lack the strength to even lift a spear. Do you truly believe him a threat to Castrum Krymnos? You'll be ending the bloodline of Krymnos if you do this. Our millennia-old glory will become nothing more than a joke.
Millennia old? Was she just 1,000 years old? Doesn't make any sense. Like, ending the bloodline, but there is no bloodline. If Gorgo was the founder and Mighty's the first kid, that's the only bloodline.
Have you forgotten that we Kremnoans place no value in bloodlines? It is through pure bloodshed and slaughter that the kings of Kremnos have ascended to the throne.
The kings. It doesn't make any sense. There couldn't have been multiple kings though. If Gorgo's the founder.
As for our millennia-old glory, it has always been a joke in my eyes. Glorify it all you want, but it will not alter the nature of slaughter. Those who revel in it are but murderers. They are no more noble than the most monstrous beasts in Amphorius.
Enough with your words! Among all the kings of Kremnos, which one did not inherit the crown only after plucking it from the lifeless body of his father?
The only other thing I can think of, but it's not been mentioned at all, is that there were multiple Kremoan cities, and so that there was other cities before Castrum Krymnos, but Gorgo founded Castrum Krymnos specifically. But there's been no mention of that. And also, these are city states, which usually means it's like one city.
But listen to yourself now. Do you truly believe you can cleanse the blood from your hands through mere words alone?
Nay, quite the contrary. I will end this cycle of bloodshed, starting with this child. With these blood-stained hands, I will end it all.
Your failure is inevitable, European. You are just a coward who can only raise his blade against his own child! A beast that murders his own kin. Royal Wing Elites and Ephors of Kremnos! You cannot sit idly by and watch this atrocity unfold. If you consider yourselves the honorable sons and daughters of Gorgo, then take up your spears and join me in putting an end to this bloody charade.
You consider yourself honorable sons and daughters of Gorgo, but she's... Are there two Gorgos? Because that's a bad choice on the on the developer's part. Are there two? Is there an original Gorgo and then Mighty's mother's also just named Gorgo? I guess that would make sense. That would solve the timeline issue. Terrible choice to do that, but... Unless she's just referring to herself in the third person there.
Does anyone else have any objections? If so, come forward with your spear and prove your mettle.
Understood. 5, 4, 3.
No one dare stand by my side. Cowards! Has that crown stripped you of your courage? 2, 1.
It appears there are no objections. Then, in accordance with the Kremnoan Council's principle of tacit consent, the decision is final. With all present as witnesses, this child shall descend into the Sea of Souls, where he will nourish the Lance of Fury and join the fallen heroes. May fate and the gods await your arrival. My son, my Deimos.
Stop!
If you have more to say, then speak. On account of the life we have shared together, I grant you this one final chance.
With the Blade of Fury above us and the Council bearing witness, I, Gorgo, hereby move to challenge the crown in accordance with the laws of Kremnos. O unworthy king, in the name of the Council of Elders, I demand that you duel me!
Very well. We shall see who the Kremnoan blade strikes down.
My Deimos, my son. They all tell me to forget. But how could I ever? The son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood. If there is no Kremnos without the crown, then I shall seize the crown and smash it to pieces to bring the people to their senses.
The mother roared in anger. The armies remained in silence. Only the cries and waves of the Sea of Souls echoed. Now, back in your private bath chamber. Ever since the battle with Nikador, you haven't slept so soundly in ages. Even if death itself came to rouse you, you'd probably retort, "Why does life slumber? Because the bed is warm." Good callback. Yet a chill from the River of Souls waft by, a sensation hauntingly familiar. Could death truly be at your door? Best you open your eyes, just in case. My goodness.
Mister, you're awake.
You, just watching me sleep? Why does life slumber?
That's a complicated question. I'm not sure I can answer that. I apologize for arriving uninvited. I saw that you were still asleep, so I took the liberty of waiting nearby.
Nearby, standing over me?
I bring a message from Lady Aglaya. She has prepared a gift for you and Dan Hong, and wishes to present it to you in person.
Let's go, I guess.
I'm glad you're in good spirits. All right, let's set off.
The Crown Prince of Krymnos has revealed the past in that trial of apotheosis. The past gained through your travels. Head to the book and write it down. Before we do that, though, I'm gonna head to the other books. Cause then Gorgo at the end there said the son of Gorgo will be crowned in blood, so, and that one said Gorgo, founder of Krymnos. So I'm just like, which Gorgo? Are there two Gorgos? Is there one Gorgo? What's happening? There is a mess. There's a letter written. I can find it. Where is it? This one? No, it's the other one. So this one's written, I believe, by Gorgo to Mighty. Does this clarify whether or not she was talking as a founder of Krymnos? Because I believe it does say. Yeah, see, there's two things here. The both times they are there's redacted parts, but it says you are of pure Cremoan blood, the son of Gorgo. There's a thing redacted before it says Gorgo though, and then further on it says as the son of blank Gorgo. And I guess I always interpreted that to be directly, but I guess if Gorgo maybe started the Cremnoan bloodline of like the royal family, then he would still technically be the son of Gorgo, quote unquote, because Gorgo's his ancestor, but also his mom is just named Gorgo. I think that's probably what they're trying to, that's probably what they're doing. It's confusing and I didn't realize it. But that makes the most sense. They shouldn't have done it that way. Yeah, Gorgo was crowned as its first king, revered by later generations as the founder. But Yuripan is the king, so that has to be a different Gorgo. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. Oh, new stories. Why are you off reading them by yourself? I want in too. Alright, I need to show up. Where there's a story, there's Mim. Could I be a memory spirit? No, that name's not cute enough. How about a pink memory spirit? That's the same thing. Those flame-chasing people, there's forgotten story, as I've written. Chapter 2, Nations. Why the aversion? We're just gonna skip through this, of course, because it's going to...
His years of drifting made him detest water's waves.
A blade that can cut through the mighty must be enough to slay
Oh, actually, isn't
gods.
this the thing I can turn it on? Oh, it's too late now. Wait, we can go back though. We can recover a little. Okay, we'll read it. Since which day did he become known as mighty? His strength rivals all lands, but the man pays it no heed, for only the authority of a king can end another king, and only strife can end strife. The torrent of conquest crosses the barrens, yet with homeland's blood it is destined to be stained. None dare to shake his hand in greeting, for his hands burn as the blazing sun, soaked in the might of the flames. What a mighty feat it is, in the aftermath of defeat. The man digs graves for the deceased soldiers, burying thousands with his own hands. In that fight, he crushed all invading blades with his fists. A body immortal may never fall, but tears of pain in his heart still flow. His years of drifting made him detest water's waves. They say that is the reason he's so unwilling to weep. But in Idania's blizzards he once did cry, a tear shed among the storm and frost that bloomed into a lily stained with blood. Like his undying body, the flower never wilts. In time, the entire world will turn to ash. This haughty man shall be the one to leave behind the world's final beauty, though none are willing to believe. Unlike his kin, those patterns are carved with his blood, a matter so suspicious it stirs the ambitions of the mundane. A blade that can cut through the mighty must be enough to slay gods. The people to this day still seek it, yet it is simply a tradition he follows closely. Do not let your enemy notice that you're bleeding, and thus convince them that you are some unsurpassed, a warrior supreme.
Apart from Kremnos' traditions, what do you have left?
The stories of the past forged his body, the white-haired friend once asked. The man goes silent and still, his gaze burning into the horizon, looking for a distant past. In his days of wandering, this same question was asked by thousands upon thousands, and he never denied.
That is why I walk on this path.
Act concluded. Did you know that Akuma is full of stories about Mighty Mouse? He's just bursting with tales. Are all princes like that? I'm really curious about the curse of immortality. Me too. It's really hard to imagine what an undying body is like. If his arms accidentally fall off, would it become an immortal arm? Good question. Sounds like it'd make a great weapon. Now that I've got the image stuck in my head, no, that's not good. Let's talk about something else. I heard someone say that his ability isn't immortality, but defying death. Even if he suffers a fatal wound, he can resist the call of Thanatos and force his way out of the realm of the dead. Now that's an unbelievable kind of power. Still, there really are way too many rumors about Mighty Mouse flying around. If they were all true, he wouldn't even have time to eat, would he? I wonder who's spreading all the stories. Sure is mysterious, don't you think? I don't know. So one new book here. And for his Trailblazing log. I actually never finished getting all the other books from the first update.
The baths are bustling. Now that Nikador has fallen, the soldiers in the city can finally catch a break.
I'm gonna assume most books are gonna be in the new places and not around here, but I'll keep my eye out.
Seems like all the rooms are full. I don't know how long I'll be able to live like this.
Wasn't sure if that was one. Oh, that's a Varix Leo you can talk to. I didn't know that. Hmm.
Is that Lady Tribi and Lady Trian?
Looks like it.
Ah, you must have forgotten. This is a precious relic from our hometown. We definitely all saw it back then. Trian, this is a counterfeit. We both know it's impossible for something this fragile to have survived all those years in one piece. Nothing is impossible. We are fragile too, but we still got through those sad times. Ugh, look at that color and how it glitters in the light. It's exactly as we remember it. Why won't you buy it? If someone else gets to it before us, we'll miss our chance forever. Calm down, Trian. You need rest.
Please, there's no need to fret. If you need more time to make a decision, I can put this aside for you until tomorrow. Or until you're ready?
No, it's all right. Trian is just... She'll come to her senses tomorrow. We'll be off first. Trian is just... what? Trian is super mad, that's what! You've forgotten! You've forgotten all about Mama! Mama gave us something just like this before! Trian...
See you tomorrow? I hope you two patch things up soon.
See you tomorrow. May the winds of fortune bless you.
What was that noise?
It's so hard to understand what they're thinking sometimes.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, could you tell me what Lady Tribi and Lady Trian were discussing just now?
Oh, it's Miss Castoris. It's been a while. Well, honestly, I'm not quite sure myself. See, I have a little hobby of collecting handicrafts. Some time ago, I found this trinket being sold at the Marmorial Market, and bought it to use as decoration at my stall. When Lady Tribi and Lady Trian walked by earlier, Lady Trian happened to catch sight of it, and promptly insisted that it was a precious memento from her hometown. But Lady Tribi believed it to be a counterfeit. She said it couldn't possibly be from Yanisopolis. The likelihood of such fragile glassware surviving the Chrysos War is simply too low. For some reason, Lady Trian became awfully upset after hearing that.
I see. Madam, would you mind selling this trinket to me?
Certainly. It's just... if it truly is a relic from Yanisopolis, it could be worth a small fortune. Miss Castoris, I'm running a business here after all, so...
I understand. Feel free to name your price.
Not so fast, I object, or glare at her in silence. Over what exactly? What am I objecting to? I guess I object.
And what might your concerns be, my friend?
You've got some nerve trying to rip off a Chrysos heir. Tribute already called it a fake. Are you trying to pull a fast one on us?
Fine. I'll sell it to you at cost, as a sign of goodwill, Miss Casterus. Just promise to support my business in the future.
Much appreciated. Thanks for helping me out. I'm not one to venture out often, and while I have some savings, it takes a lot out of me to even talk to people, let alone haggle. Had you not been here, I would have been set back plenty. The authenticity of the piece isn't important. What matters is that it holds special meaning for Lady Trian and reminds her of her hometown.
That's just a gemstone. That's not at all what I was imagining.
I've long wished to show my gratitude for Lady Trian's
Not a
care,
handicraft.
but I haven't been able to come up with any ideas for a suitable gift. This chance encounter today feels like divine intervention. Perhaps this is the gift I've been searching for. Still, this trinket is admittedly rather fragile. I will have to make some adjustments and stitch it onto wool felt to protect it. That way, no matter how much Lady Trian runs around, it won't break easily. All right, back to business after that little detour. Let's keep moving. Don't stray far now. We've already kept Lady Aglaia waiting long enough.
What are you folks going to do next?
Call the elevator. Can I pre-call this one, Castries?
Nice.
It seems your friend arrived before us.
How does he do it? You're finally here.
Welcome, Cass. And you as well, Trailblazer from beyond the sky.
They didn't expect you'd call to me, or they didn't expect you to call me that. Yeah, sure.
Your companion here kindly explained the meaning behind the name to me earlier. Through him, I've come to understand that you and your friends walk the paths of Kefali and Yanis in places beyond the sky. Addressing you appropriately is the least I can do, as a show of respect. For all that has happened, it was never our intention to drag you two into the battle against Nikador and jeopardize your safety. To express our gratitude for your kind trailblazing endeavors, we would like to present to you with the highest honor of Akima. This is the dew of divine blood, brewed from crops nourished by the blood of the Titans. It is said that only 12 bottles existed. The last 3 bottles are now being kept in the treasure vault of Akima. Back in the days of prosperity, cities fortunate enough to acquire it regarded it as one of the greatest treasures ever. Unsealing it during a ceremony held in honor of 2 cities' diplomatic ties was the highest form of respect one could show the other. And now, in keeping with tradition, Akima dedicates this drink to our esteemed guests from beyond the sky in appreciation of what you have done for us.
I'm not of drinking age yet. Wow, my hands are trembling, truly. This precious gift isn't simply a token of gratitude, though, is it, Lady Aglaya?
Very perceptive, Mr. Dunhung. Your heroic deeds have proven that you come in good faith. With the dew of divine blood as testament, we wish to forge an alliance with the Trailblazers.
With all due respect, won't forging an alliance with the Chrysos heirs embroil us in the conflicts within Akuma? I'm sure you can understand where our misgivings come from, Lady Aglaya. Yeah, we need to think about this. Having said that, Lady Aglaya, please don't misunderstand. We will still do what we can to assist you in the flame chase journey. It's just, I've heard of the friction between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Akuma. As outsiders, we are wary of getting caught up in this conflict.
Wow! Grady and Danny have sharp eyes indeed. You'd make outstanding members of the Twilight Courtyard.
Who is this?
No need to worry, by the way. I can tell from Lady Aglaya's tone of voice and micro-expressions that she's being genuine.
It's the Barbara, huh? Didn't expect her to show up already.
Not only are you guests from beyond the sky, but you've also done so much for Akuma. You're practically heroes to us all. Lady Aglaya would never subject you to Aquila's judgment.
He also has an accent, so I guess Aglaya is not too crazy for having an accent. Although it's a different one. You are...
Hyacinth. Thank you for taking care of the wounded of the past few days.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. The patients are very cooperative when we attend to them. I'm just thrilled to see them all going home healthy again. Oh, it's Cassie. Oh, I've missed you.
Gray, Danny, Cassie. Is Aglaya's nickname Agly? Also, I like how no one mentioned her this whole time, because they talked about Chrysos heirs in the first update. Or like, yeah, there's like, we got us 4, and there were some others once. But Hyacine's just been here the whole time. Is Aglaya's nickname Agly?
Miss! You can't say that! Lady Aglaya should always be Lady Aglaya.
Meh. This girl, she's natural at making friends. So am I. I'll let you take it from here then.
As an acolyte of Aquila, I'm here to bring healing light to the world. Plus, I've heard you're also children of the distant skies. Fate must have brought us together.
Okay, so is she gonna be the heir of Aquila then? Is Aquila about healing? That's interesting. I don't think that's ever been mentioned before.
Can we be friends? I'd love to hear your tales of the sky. And oh, it's a rare occasion that Akama presents such an invaluable gift to guests. Lady Aglaya, may I have the honor of tasting it too?
Of course you may. Esteemed guests of Akama, please believe me when I say that this gift carries no hidden agendas. As for the matter of the Alliance, you need not give me an answer here and now.
Believe me when I say I don't ever believe you, Aglaya. She's here to help Aglaya recruit us, I see.
You're mistaken. The capable Lady Aglaya doesn't need my help with things like this.
I see. In that case, we will accept this gift from Akama. We welcome the chance to talk with you, Lady Hyacinth.
Oh, yay! Then I'll get started on my questionnaire.
There's a questionnaire? Pardon the question, but I've been meaning to ask this for a while. Micro-expressions, tone of voice, questionnaires, all these are part of the usual skill set for Aquila's priests?
Allow me to do the honors. This young lady is Hyacinth, assistant lecturer of the new sporists at the Grove of Epiphany and head nurse at the medical institution known as the Twilight Courtyard. Many of the Chrysos heirs suffered injuries during Nikador's attack on Akama, so the Grove sent Lady Hyacinth to treat the wounded in Akama.
Many of the Chrysos heirs. There's only the 4 of you. Also, I thought the Grove was destroyed. Oh, this is a different Grove. I thought Circe's Grove, the city-state of Circe's, I thought that was destroyed already.
But what I'm really good at is helping people sort out what ails their mind and spirit. If you're ever feeling troubled, come find me. A little sunbathing in the courtyard will chase all your worries away.
Ah, so you're a therapist. Thank you. We will keep that in mind.
Well, it looks like everything's sorted out now. The patients have also all recovered. I think it's time for me to head back, Lady Aglaya.
I would love to keep you in Akama for a few more days, but I would hate to provoke the ire of the Grove.
In Akama, so it must be the Grove, the main I swore they said that place was destroyed.
As it happens, Akama intends to send a messenger to the Grove for updates about the research on the Black Tide. We also want to communicate our desire to discuss the retrieval of Circe's core flame at the earliest convenience.
Oh, that sounds pretty serious. Lady Aglaya, you can't be asking me to...
No need to fret. We won't put you on the spot. Trian will be going there as the diplomatic messenger of Akama, and Castros will be accompanying her.
I happen to have a few questions for Professor Anaxa as well, regarding the missing Titan Thanatos.
Since this involves Akama's diplomatic affairs, we'll give you some privacy. Let's go out and play.
If you're not keen on just sitting around, Mr. Trailblazer, why not go with them? The Grove is a picturesque place, perfect for sightseeing.
That's a wonderful suggestion. Come visit the Grove Grave. I'd be delighted to show you around.
Sounds good. Gaining more insight into the customs and geography of different regions of Amphoreus is also part of Trailblazing.
In that case, do bring this spindle along with you.
Why? So you can spy on us?
This tool, called the weft, is used to spin thread, and has been passed down in my family through generations. Though it doesn't see much practical use nowadays, it's become a symbol of great significance. In this respect, it is the perfect token to represent my will. If you encounter trouble at the Grove, just take this out and show it to them. While you're in the Grove, the golden thread of the weft can also render all things around you visible, regardless of whether they're corporeal or not, allowing you to see things as I would. Castris knows this too. Make good use of it. Trian is already waiting for you at the outskirts of Okima, so I won't keep you any longer. May your journey be smooth.
A Ramvoyan fine wine is said to be brewed from crops nourished by the divine blood of each titan. This particular bottle originates from the chrysalis of gold Mnestia of romance. A golden spindle that belongs to the gold weaver Glaya, a legendary treasure. Should pawn that.
I'm glad to be in your company again, mister.
Yeah, I don't know where they would have said that the Grove. It might have just been in conversation, so I don't know if I can look it up easily. But I swore they said the Grove was destroyed. Maybe there's like, maybe mostly, it was mostly destroyed or something? I don't know. Tell me about Thanatos.
Thanatos controls my fate, in a sense. The curse I bear came from them. And they have something of mine. Something of great importance that I must get back from them.
Who is Professor Anaxa?
When I was studying at the Grove alongside Phynon and the others, Professor Anaxa was responsible for teaching us about the Chrysos heirs and the Titans. That's also when I met Miss Hyacinth. She was Anaxa's teaching assistant then.
What is the Grove of Epiphany?
The Grove of Epiphany is Akima's partner academy. They look after the core flame of Circes and are the organization at the forefront of researching phenomena such as the Black Tide and the Titans. They also provide academic research support for the Flame Chase journey. Several Chrysos heirs are based in the Grove, including Miss Hyacinth and Professor Anaxa.
There are others, though? Guys acting like there's only you four, and now there's just several others in the Grove? This is why you can't trust any of them. They just withhold so much information all the time.
Oh, I came here with a colleague from the Twilight Courtyard. I've asked her to pack her luggage in advance, so she's already waiting for us by the city gates. Let's go meet up with her. Look, there she is! And Lady Trian. But who's that they're looking at?
Oh my gosh, there's someone on the ground.
Did something happen, Clementine? Oh, that's a serious injury. Miss Hyacinth, this man was discovered by Trian! Trian was in a bad mood this morning, so we went to the outskirts of Okima for some fresh air. But then we found him collapsed on the roadside. Trian knows the city has good doctors, so Trian brought our new friend into the city to look for a doctor.
I was waiting here for Miss Hyacinth when I bumped into Lady Trian. But by then, this man was already in critical condition, so I had to perform some emergency treatment first.
These wounds, they're caused by the Black Tide. This is bad. Clementine, prepare a ward for this man at once. I'll treat him myself. It's a miracle he's still alive, considering how badly the Black Tide injured him. Gray, Cassie, and Trian, would you mind making your way to the grove first? Once this man is out of danger, Clementine and I will join you. As a healer, I cannot ignore those in need of medical attention.
I understand. May fate have mercy on this poor man.
Trian believes he'll get better. Everybody, follow Trian! Fly, fly, fly away from Akama!
You're walking.
Down this road we go, to the skies we fly, leaving Akama behind! Little Cass, little Gray, are you ready?
Are we not using a sentry gate?
You might not be aware of this, but using the sentry gate takes a significant toll on Lady Trian.
Trian promised Tribi that we wouldn't open the gate unless we had no other choice.
All right.
I'm ready too.
Okie dokie. Everybody, let's hold hands. To the grove we go!
Holding hands? Are we skipping down the road?
It's harder than I thought to sew gemstones onto Wolfeld.
Cass, memmy, memmy, mem. Memmy, mem, mem, mem.
Huh. Mim said Cass, but everything else was just Mim. Is Mim gonna fully learn to talk at some point? That's gonna be crazy.
Mim wants to try sewing. Here, why don't you give it a go?
How are you two already so close?
Memmy, mem, mem, memmy, mem.
Cass and I are now good friends after traveling together for so many days.
It's hard not to like Mim when they're so adorable. Oh, this is amazing. It seems as if their voice has become more intelligible after the battle with Nikador. After spending the last few days together, I feel like I'm gradually gaining the ability to understand what they're saying. Even if it's just a little.
Mem, 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 memmy, mem, mem. Memmy, mem, mem, memmy, mem, mem, mem. Memmy, mem, mem.
This shows that I'm learning new things. Once I obtain the memory of poking Wolfelt, I will grow hands. What? Once I obtain the memory of poking Wolfelt, will I grow hands that are as pretty as Cass's hands? That sounds weird. That's horrible. You can't say that to a girl. I was just kidding. Anyway, I believe that this trip to the Grove of Epiphany will definitely be a fruitful one. How exciting. I wonder what changes I'll experience next. Transform into a cute girl. You might become fluffier. You might learn some new powerful ability. If Mim transformed into a human, that would be even crazier. Maybe you'll just become fluffier though, I don't know. Do you like cute little animals that much? Are you secretly the type that cares a lot about outward appearances? Whoa.
Cute. Is everybody awake? Little Gray, little Cass, and a little pink puppy? Puppy?
Oh my god, I just said puppy too. I've become a different species altogether, and here I thought she would just give me a nickname like Little Mimi.
it's already action hour. Lady Trian, I hope you're well rested. You were talking in your sleep. Did you dream of many things?
Sleep talking? What did Trian say?
Something like, Mommy, doll with sword, let's fight together. We'll be brave.
Ugh, it's so embarrassing. Please don't make fun of Trian.
Of course not.
Of course not. We'd never make fun of people. Definitely. Only Mim.
Wasn't Lady Trian's mother also the Holy Maiden of Yanisopolis?
Good times when Mia let us.
Uh-huh. Mama was the strongest Holy Maiden in all of our history. She also gave us the prophecy of deliverance. And she had red hair that looked like a cute red mushroom.
Was aren't you technically the strongest Holy Maiden since you have the core flame? She gave us the prophecy of deliverance. Is that the prophecy? Is their mom just themselves as a... Is their mom just Tribios? Is that... Or do they actually literally mean their mom?
But Trian can't remember what Mama looked like anymore. Not even in the dream just now.
In that case, that guy and I will lend Trian a hand. But you don't have hands. Just a figure of speech. She just scoffed at me. Think about it. There are so many memories scattered all over the world. Surely at least one contains an image of Trian's mama. If I keep a lookout for it while searching for memories along our journey, then that guy can go boom, and not only will Trian be able to remember what her mama looks like, she'll even be able to talk with her, right?
Trian thinks that's a great idea. Can the pink puppy help Trian out?
Only if you stop calling me a pink puppy.
Little Memmy from now on.
Guess everyone can just understand Mim now. That's much better. Still, I'd like to know what exactly I am. That was just a name I came up with on a whim. Oh well, it doesn't matter, because I'll be sticking to my word anyway now that Trian has cheered up. Shall we get going?
Okie dokie. Trian remembers that we need to help Aggie ask the big tree whether Cersei's would be willing to visit Akama. If we follow this woven trail and keep going upward, we'll reach the grove in no time.
There's ghosts here. Woven Trail. Where did it get its name from?
Legend has it that whenever they requested an audience with Cersei's, Nestia would always come to the meeting in a long white dress. As the warps and wefts of the dress came into contact with the ground, they turned into paths and stairs. May this romantic path bring good tidings to Akama.
Amnestia casually just inserting herself into every meeting with Cersei's is kind of a little much. Welcome to the Grove, a place blessed by reason. The majesty of the Bow of Rift speaks for themselves. Onward, guests from afar, behold the gorgeous view. Now, are these... No, the nymphs probably don't count towards these other nymphs. I had to do that, I still have to get all those nymphs for presumably for that one puzzle. You can't talk to the ghosts. Fascinating. I really thought you would. They look like force ghosts, specifically. I think I'm right. Mom is herself. Yeah. From the broken cocoon, faint light still emanates, like a sight left behind by amnesia. Seems to remember the butterfly that once chased the light for reason, willingly forsaking eternity for a fleeting embrace. Beneath the statue's lowered hood is an empty void, yet it gives one of the eerie feelings of being watched. The fireflies dancing joyfully around it seem undeterred by its solemnity. It seems even followers of the eternal night cannot resist the enchantment, the Garden of Cersei's.
Look! A huge tree! It's... huge!
That is a big tree. Bigger than I was picturing. Grass has quietly crept up the folds of the statue's garments, and blue flowers bloom at its feet. The faceless guardian appears to have stood here for millennia, silently observing generations of scholars as they pass by. One wonders whether it guards the grove or waits for someone who will never return. He also has a face. Now, is that face, I'm guessing, Cersei's? Wow, it's so majestic. Hurry up and capture the moment. A giant tree bowed slightly in the silent forest, tilting and falling into the wilting green waves. A passing breeze rustled through the leaves as if it was sighing, softly fading into the lightless ocean above on high. Would March 7th appreciate this sublime scene? You're uncertain. Dong Hung, perhaps. Never mind, every time he encounters a tree as big as this one, it would be a deeply troubling situation. I never fail to impress. This photo deserves a reward. What is this huge tree, though?
It's the Bow of Rift, the divine body of Cersei's. Flora began to grow where they planted their roots, and this flatland basin upon which we stand gradually became a large, verdant forest. A long time ago, Felicis, the first scholar, led the masses to build a garden and courtyard in the forest, naming the site the Grove of Epiphany. There, people sought mental clarity, knowledge, and enlightenment.
Trian knows this. Everybody says that was how this big academy came to be.
But is the academy supposed to be this quiet?
Something feels off.
Of course it does.
The Grove has always welcomed scholars. So too would Cersei's give us her delicate leaves and extend her branches in greeting. Yet, it seems both the Grove's messengers and the Titan are indifferent to our arrival.
Is the grove closed to visitors?
That doesn't seem likely. Miss Hyacinth didn't mention anything about it.
Maybe everybody's still asleep because classes haven't started yet. They don't want to be disturbed, so they shut the entrance.
Isn't it action hour, though? For now, let's look around and see what we can find out about what's happened.
This place is too quiet. What in the world is going on?
The end of the world is what? Observe! For our great master Circes, such nobility and holiness is that in that august presence. Wow, it's actually Circes. That's right. Marvel and praise freely. Such reverence is exactly what the master deserves, Kirk. The dreams of giants sank into the earth and grew into towering colossus like me. Knowledge, like seeds born on the wind, causes flowers to bloom across the land and withered branches to sprout anew. The world pours itself upon me like a spring. My eyes are clear, yet I cannot see myself.
Oh, Trian found it! Everybody, fly across to the other side!
Hold on, there's a book. Undelivered Grove Report. Well, it's never being delivered now.
The entrance on the other side. Where could it be?
I knew you would find it. The courtyard of Storgi should be just ahead of us.
Of Storgi? The first scholar once declared here, only when we debate are we truly engaging in conversation. Since then, this place has become a favored gathering spot within the grove. It is said that sages could always argue their way to the answers they sought here. The warm flames atop the lamps bear witness to countless moments of sudden inspiration.
Looks good.
Decree of the Seven Sages. Ooh, are we gonna go inside the tree? Looks like it.
As I expected. Something's not right here.
Even though we're not scholars, someone should have come forward to receive us by now.
Not to mention that this whole place is also eerily quiet.
Well, there's literally no one here. Maybe something happened.
That's possible.
I think it's guaranteed.
Hello? Is anyone there? No one's here.
Well, what should we do now?
I have an idea. Lady Trian, could you lend me that golden spindle? Do you remember? Lady Aglaia said this. While you're in the grove, the golden thread of the weft can also render all things around you visible, regardless of whether they're corporeal or not. This is achievable because the grove is not only where the roots of Circes are, but also where the chrysalis of gold manifests. Oh, Nestia, with the weft as my vow, I beseech you, entwine my body with your golden thread and affection.
Some kind of ritualistic prayer?
This is a proverb that was recorded in the handbook of Nestia's priests. If I'm not mistaken, we should be able to draw power out of this butterfly exuvia with the golden thread.
a reaction. Did it not work?
But that shouldn't be.
Everyone, look over there. Something's appearing. Yeah, are all these ghosts actually just people?
Are they white dryad flowers?
Flowers? What are we talking? That's a ghost, not a flower. White Dryad, what a cute name.
No, these aren't white dryads. These are shadows of dead white dryads.
Huh, of course.
Dead Mimim.
Dead White Dryad.
Shadow?
Strictly speaking, these white dryads are still plants. They only gained sentience as a result of Circe's blessing of equality. But their sentience is minimal when compared to that of humans. These flowers have already died. What you see here are just faint afterimages of their souls.
Fascinating.
However, this also means that the golden thread has definitely connected with the Titan's presence. Without the golden thread's outlines, we would not have been able to see them at all.
But what happened to them? Why are there only tiny shadows of them left?
Mem, can you read their memories?
Let me try.
Excuse me? Did you just say a whole sentence? Got anything? Almost.
Black cloak, sword toward the great tree.
That's it. Their memories are too faint for me to see anything. I could only vaguely make out these words.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I like how we just don't care that she is speaking more and more. I have a bad feeling about this, yeah?
The deathly fog of Thanatos is fast approaching.
Oh! Trian will be on high alert!
In memory, it was a golden rain. Erotea, full of the world's love, returned at dawn, transforming into butterflies that scattered glittering scale dust, blending the bloodlines of those they touched. From that day forward, there was you and me, and I and you.
Looks good.
Behold this lovely excuviate. Our Lady Amnestia once spun it with a familial love to create the first golden thread as a tribute to Circes. It said innumerable golden butterflies burst forth from this husk, their scale of dust raining down like golden stars descending to earth. What joy it would bring to see such splendor. Where golden threads intertwine with roots, the Titan's excuviate rests here. Golden butterflies flow like tides, their shimmering scale dust spreading a love between kin through the bloodstreams they touch. Noticed recruitment prospectus, and we got a puzzle. Golden Scapegoat is back. I wonder if we're going to get more parts to the Golden Scapegoat thing, which is a waste of time, by the way. That collectible literally is just nonsense.
Is that all?
Master Kalinicus. We have installed bronze detonators along a number of the Grove main roads as you instructed. Very good, we can proceed according to plan. There will be no issues on the technology side. We have already held detonation tests and ensured that they are able to damage the bodies of Titans. What is happening? It's just... What is it? It's just that such methods are blasphemous. Such things are not important in a moment of crisis. What matters most is that we slow the invasion of the Black Tide as much as possible. I never thought that when our backs were against the wall, we'd be forced to use that Anax's wicked ways. Other scholars held such reverence for the gods that they never researched such evil technology. Even if the Titan disagrees, it's not like they'll say anything. Alright, that's enough lamenting. Gravitas, you have another important mission now. I need you to find a way to leave the Grove immediately and head to Akuma to request aid. I do not know if the Grove can withstand this threat. If we can just hold out until reinforcements arrive, then all will be well. If not, I have no choice but to entrust the core flame to that woman. You want me to leave the front line and then be a deserter? No, there is no way. You're a Christos heir. If anyone's going to, it should be you. Don't argue with me. You know you will never win. It is precisely because I am a Christos heir that I must stay and fend off the Black Tide. I will endeavor to ensure we survive until reinforcements arrive. I'll be a scholar, or I may be a scholar, but I know a bit about fighting. Any normal Black Tide monster is no match for me, so you need not worry. I just don't want to be... Calling for aid is not desertion. If you are not prepared to risk your life, the Black Tide would simply intercept you and kill you before you made it to Akuma. Gravitas, you are the fastest among us. Will you accept this important duty? I'll not let you down. May Circes protect your mind, Master Clinicus. May the Circes protect your mind. Well, that's important details. So Kalinicus is a Crisis heir. So I guess there's also just random Crisis heirs that aren't like gonna be main characters. I doubt Kalinicus is gonna be a character. That's a different symbol than the other one.
The smell
I wonder...
of death is becoming more and more intense. There, on the steps.
Maybe the information that the Grove was destroyed was in the game, but maybe in like a release online or something. And so we didn't know it was destroyed, but now we're seeing it was destroyed. Oh, but also Hyacine came from the Grove just days ago. Was it really destroyed that quickly?
This looks really scary.
What kind of beast is this? Or is it the Death Titan's kin?
No, it's neither of those. This is a creation of the Black Tide. Such creatures are formed when living beings are corrupted and turned into deformed hollow husks of their former selves. Everybody, stay alert. Regardless of what has happened to the Grove, the fact that we're seeing the remains of a Black Tide creation here definitely doesn't bode well.
No, I can also see Black Tide here.
Should we inform Aggie about this? Ma'am!
Wait. That black thing seems to be moving. That's a cool design.
The monster is alive! Trian will protect everybody!
Trian, please hide behind us. Mister, let's do this.
Certain enemies will inflict ally units with corrosion. Attacking enemies will restore corroded HP. The more targets hit, the more restored.
As expected. The words black, sword, and cloak. They're talking about the Black Tide.
Should switch teams now that I don't have to.
Sam, awaiting orders.
Until everything burns to ashes! This is more than a battle fight to land!
Did the rhythm get messed up? Dreams do come true.
In the mood for another beating?
Attack detected. Recalibrating.
Can I have fun this time?
They move around with like glitchiness too. You guys really are just
Time for a fun.
computer
I will claim
stuff, huh?
victory for myself. Set the scene aflame!
That's all you got?
The mood is set. Just let the show begin. Let's improvise.
Time for a fun. This is double speed.
Fight to land! You defeated it! Little Gray, little Kaz, you're so strong!
But these monsters, they aren't supposed to show up here, right?
To think the Black Tide has spread this quickly to the Grove despite its remote location. I'm afraid a world where strife has fallen is far more dangerous than we ever imagined.
Oh no! Does this mean that Akuma is also in danger?
Looking at this mess, it seems the scholars at least succeeded in fending off the first wave of attacks. But at what price?
At the same time in Akuma,
Lady Aglaya, after a few days of surgeries, both major and minor, we were able to save the life of that patient found on the outskirts of Akuma.
Thank you again, Hyacinth, for your hard work.
The scarring of his organs was especially severe, a result of the Black Tide's corruption. It's a miracle he's even survived.
Don't stress yourself out over this. You've already done everything in your power to save him. There's no need to hurry to the Grove either. You deserve a good rest now. Tribi, I have some things to tell you as well. There's something strange about where that patient came from. He is not Akuman. The way the stitches on his clothes are hidden is quite unique.
is it Gravitas?
Such craftsmanship is undeniably from the Grove.
The Grove? You mean...
That'd be really good if it was Gravitas.
Now that I think about it, Castris and the rest should have arrived at the Grove by now.
Trian just got in contact. The Black Tide has invaded the Grove. We haven't detected any survivors, even with the help of the Golden Thread. What should we do, Haggy?
The Black Tide is posing an even greater risk to us now. I did not expect the Grove to be the first to be impacted, though. Can they tell where the core flame is right now?
We see it. The core flame is still there, but...
But what?
But they can't see for sure whether the Titan has also been corrupted by the Black Tide.
Please let them know that for now, the most pressing task is to identify the core flame and transfer it to a safe place as quickly as possible. We must also search for survivors and find out exactly what happened to the Grove. Oh, and find Anaxa. Unless something went terribly wrong, he should still be alive.
But what about Kalinicus? He's also a Chrysos heir.
They've set off. Please, stay safe, everyone.
I pray for their safety too.
Aggie, how do you know that Anaxa is still alive?
I know that man all too well. If that blasphemous performer knew that he was not long for this world, he would most certainly try to seize the core flame and drag the Titan down with him.
Is this a joke as well?
No, I'm being serious this time. We're facing threats from both within and without Akima. The merciless carnage may have ceased, but Akima's nemesis continues to sharpen their blades even now. They may have even prepared the gallows from which to hang us already.
You mean...
Even if the divine authority of strife is as yet unclaimed, the Black Tide is advancing more rapidly than I expected. I fear this tragedy is more than a mere natural disaster. Alas, it's too late. The Council will likely take this opportunity to do something... I will try to keep this under wraps for now. But you must also take care and be prepared for anything that may happen.
All right. Should I inform Hyacinth about this?
Not for now. She must be exhausted after performing surgeries non-stop for so many days. I don't want to overwhelm her with this bad news.
We can only hope that the Grove weathers this crisis with as many survivors as possible.
That being said, based on the condition of this patient, Tribi, we should prepare for the worst. It's likely he is the only one who managed to escape from the Grove against all odds.
I won't give up on Kalinicus.
Everything will be fine. The people at the Grove are really smart. They'll definitely be able to chase away the Black Tide.
Goliath said that Anaxa is still alive. If that's true, then there's still hope for everyone else too. Who is this Anaxa anyway? Why does everybody seem to have some kind of trust in him? Yeah, okay.
How should I put it? Lady Aglaya doesn't trust Anaxa at all, I'm afraid.
Sounds like a big shot.
Despite being a Chrysosaur, Anaxa resolutely believes that Titans and prophecies are a load of nonsense. During our regular citizens' assemblies, he always votes to oppose the Flame Chase journey.
Huh? And he's still able to conduct research here. Didn't you just say that the Grove is an academy that was established around a Titan?
Trian Everybody says that Circes, who symbolizes reason, is the most tolerant of novel ideas. Apart from Kefali, they're the Titan who treats us the best.
Well, it looks like Circes must be really open-minded if they're accepting even this kind of novel idea.
Yes, that is how we formed an agreement with these Titans who bear no harm toward humanity. If they agree to support us on our flame chase journey, we will wait till the final moments of the journey to restore their core flames.
With the exception of Orynyx, that is. They didn't lend us their power willingly.
I don't think Orynyx was as reluctant to help us as you put it, but they wouldn't have deemed that guy worthy of and allowed me to journey alongside you. Well, they were crying out in pain all the time, but...
That is true. It's also fortunate that these gods weren't corrupted by the Black Tide and did not descend into madness.
Trian believes Circes will be alright. After all, everybody says that the people of the Grove are really smart. So, Little Gray and Little Cass, just leave the task of finding Anaxa and everyone else to Trian. It's easy for Trian to look for people because we can fly.
Yeah. Sure.
Good idea. In that case, please bring the weft along with you, Lady Trian. The golden thread will be much more effective from up above. Please promise us that you'll take care of yourself.
Okie doke. If Trian gets in trouble, we'll look for all of you. In return, if you get in trouble, remember to call for Trian, okay? We'll come right over and open the gate for you.
That's the other thing I wish to mention. Do not open the gate unless you have no other choice, Lady Trian. Your body is not in good shape at the moment.
Okay. We will keep that in mind. Trian was just trying to help.
Of course, we know that. After all, Lady Trian is a demigod, the most powerful among all of us here. Remember all those brave heroes in the tales you've heard. They would always save their strength until the very last moment. That way, they could ensure that nothing went wrong with their plans. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm. In that case, brave Trian shall clear the way for all of you.
Little Trian is so motivated, I mustn't fall behind. I'll use something to help all my friends that only I have. Orynyx's power. I wonder if I'll find any memories.
So many monsters.
Maybe I'll find something useful. Let me try. And since the Black Tide monster's memories. Ooh, okay. The monster's body is twisted with, like, brambles, not allowing any living being to approach. Let me see. Ow, that hurt. And I didn't even detect any memories. Where are the other ones? I hate that these bodies are physical entities that you can't walk through. Pretty annoying. I guess you have to just keep going forward. Can I walk up here? Yeah. The black-colored monster has fallen like a toppled statue. Within its body lies golden ashes, perhaps the same substance as the golden blood that is commonly seen in Amphorius. Peculiar. Almost like they came from a titan. It's no good, I didn't see anything. 13th titan, perhaps? A despicable, twisted life form. It was once a living soul that could mourn pain, but now it is only turns its head as others until its soul drifts silently out of its shell. Maybe this monster will show us some useful memories. I should have gotten my hopes up. I really tried my hardest. Why couldn't I see even a sliver of a memory?
It could be because when a life is devoured by the black tide, it loses its soul.
It gets deleted from the system.
Ah, you want this? Fine. Take it and amuse yourself.
Life's impermanence strikes without warning. Even as a bug in this garden of reason, one must maintain daily self-examination. Who am I? Where am I? What shall I eat? It's locked.
I can't open it. It was probably sealed in order to ward off the black tide.
Flaming Lance Charge.
Save your energy. Yanis's power is far stronger than we could ever imagine.
Since this door is a creation of the 3 Titans of Fate, maybe the Eyes of Ornyx will help me find a way to open it.
Are you serious? Just a mere door, and your first instinct is to call on the gods? Before you try unlocking the door, perhaps you should first find a way to clear the fog that clouds your vision.
He's got a point though, like, it's just a door. You scared me. Are you the echoes of a memory?
My name is Anaxagoras, one of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, and the founder of the New Sporists. Before we go any further, rule number 1, do not call me Anaxa.
Oh, okay. But his character name is Anaxa, which is weird. I mean, I figured it was short for Anaxagoras, though. Anaxa, I'll just stick with Anaxa. Now, can you tell me...
Rule number 2, never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
What a difficult person.
The person standing here and conversing with you right now isn't the vestiges of a memory. Rather, it is the culmination of the greatness of science and the pure, irrefutable, and undeniable exalted truth. Through the wonders of alchemy, I have shattered my soul and transmuted it into gold before burying it in this spot. I have recorded these words so that visitors may learn where their next destination lies.
That's not what I expected. Okay.
Huh.
Alchemy can do that?
Nothing is impossible. Having said that, alchemy is not omnipotent. Each time you hear from me, an equivalent part of my soul is being consumed as the price. In other words, this voice isn't created out of thin air.
But how is it that you can respond to me? Are you really the echoes of a memory?
That's because my precise calculations account for every possibility. I also know that you have already discovered the cause of the calamity at the Grove, the Black Tide, and that you mistakenly believe that the scholars have been wiped.
I don't know if your calculations could reasonably predict whatever Mim is showing up.
But that is where you're wrong. While the Black Tide was still approaching the Grove, the sages found a way to evacuate the vast majority of the scholars. They are heading toward the holy city of Akama as we speak. Only a small fraction of the scholars stayed behind with me to defend the Grove. If all goes well, Cersei's core flame will reach Akama before long. But since you have accessed this message, something unforeseen must have occurred. For now, you should continue onward to the Luminary Throne, where you may retrieve the core flame. And our mortal remains. And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
He disappeared again. Did he finish what he wanted to say?
Mister, judging from your reaction, you must have found a useful memory.
Recount what you saw.
Professor Anaxa? That's a lot to digest at once. I'm sorry. Please give me some time.
Wait, did Castoris not see that? My gosh. He said his name is Anaxagoras.
You don't have to take that too seriously. For some reason, he's especially particular about his full name.
I mean, that's his name. If he doesn't want you to use a nickname, don't use it. That's just rude. Newsporists and alchemy refer to...
Professor Anaxa theorizes that all beings originate from the same source and have a similar composition, which in this case refers to the soul. He calls this theory Newsporism. It is an extremely complicated theory. You should get him to explain it himself if you're interested, provided that he is still alive.
Everyone seems to have been evacuated.
Yes, that seems like the only good news so far. We can just focus on retrieving the core flame then.
Perhaps Anaxagoras did not manage to survive.
I do not wish to consider this possibility. Perhaps they were just unable to transfer the core flame, but managed to escape.
We have to get to the Luminary Throne. The Luminary Throne? What sort of place is that? Why would there be a throne in an academy?
It is located at the top of the giant tree, and is where Cersei's core flame is kept. According to Anaxa, the core flame should still be there. But making our way there won't be as simple as the professor made it sound.
Well, on the bright side, it sounds like a place that's easy to defend and difficult to attack. If that's really the case, I think that everyone, including Anaxagoras, will definitely be alright.
Right. Let's see whether he left any similar directions for us along the way.
And the door can finally open. It seems like the message also served as a lock. Convenient.
Alchemy is truly incredible.
Was it alchemy? Was it really alchemy though? Pelcalothicism. Yep. Happiness abound in this lush land by God's chosen. What's that sound? I don't know. We'll have to find out next time. It's Cersei's, that's the sound. Well then. We'll continue this tomorrow. I'm gonna call him Anaxagoras from now on, even though no one else does. Even if the game literally doesn't either, but like, he asked for it. And other than that, thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, may the sands of time treat you well.